Well, hello folks, and welcome to a wet day here in Nova Scotia. Yeah, it is raining. It's not the best stuff to work in, but man, do we need it. It is dry here. It has been so hot, and it's gonna be even hotter tomorrow actually. It's hot right now, it's muggy. But getting into the topic of the video, you could see me filling up the DEF tank there again this morning. This thing definitely does chew through or drink a lot of DEF. Compared to my 17 that I had and compared to my 19 that I still have, this thing definitely likes to drink lots of DEF. Now, you know, these engines are pushing out more horsepower, they're pushing out a lot more torque, they got a lot more air coming through. They've got a new high pressure fuel system, so there's more fuel getting to where it needs to be instantly, basically. There's like no turbo lag in these things at all. You know, all that stuff is going to equal more DEF consumption. It's just the way it is. I know I've seen a lot of people posting on Facebook, and then people asking me a lot of questions as well on my channel. Hey, do you notice your 2020 using a lot more DEF than your other trucks? And yes, absolutely, without a doubt, hands down. I have put a lot of DEF fluid in this thing. I have basically 19,000 kilometers on this truck right now. Now, obviously, I'm towing a lot more because basically, you know, as you can see, I'm hooked up to my Kubota right now, my 4-ton. Basically, I'm hooked up to a trailer with this truck non-stop, whether it's one of my dump trailers or it's that machine. So obviously, when you're towing, you know, you're burning through more fuel, you're burning through more DEF. It's just the way it goes. But when I'm not hauling, this truck is a lot easier on fuel than what my 19 is, even with the 37s on it, and I'm still using more DEF fluid. You know, in my 17, which was my first 6.7 that I had bought, I could get, you know, 13,000 kilometers out of a tank of DEF fluid just driving. And that would not happen in this truck. If I ever get a stretch where I'm not hooked up to a trailer, I'll take a look, you know, for if I'm not hooked up to a trailer for a long time, which I don't see happening. I'll take a look and see how much mileage I actually get just driving. But I know it's not going to be close. It's not even close. Like I feel like this thing goes through twice as much DEF fluid as what my 17 did, and quite a bit more than what my 19 does. So right now, like I said, we have just under 19,000 kilometers. We have 18,745 kilometers on this truck right now. So I'll use this video as a reference to see when I need to fill up again. But I am full. As you can see, it does read full. So I'm full right now, but man, it just seems like I fill this thing up, and within a couple days I'm getting a notice saying, you know, 800 kilometers to empty, basically, whatever, on my DEF tank. It just seems like I'm putting DEF in this thing all the time. Now, you know, would I get rid of this truck because of that? Absolutely not. My fuel mileage is so much better than my 19. The power is so much better. The towing experience is unbelievable. This thing's a friggin' train, man. It just pulls whatever you want to put behind it, and it does it with like no hesitation, no struggle, whatever. It's annoying putting DEF fluid in your truck all the time. It absolutely is. Only if there was something you could do that would stop you from having to put DEF fluid in your trucks. Only if there was something you could do. I don't know what's out there for tunes yet, and deletes and all that stuff. I'm sure there is, but I really can't even think about it, because towing this gear, I go through the scales all the time. The DOT guys, you know, every once in a while, they'll pull you over, they'll give you a check. If they take a look and they see that some parts are gone, and you're a commercial truck that is parked alongside the road waiting for a tow truck, and all that money you spent is gone, and then now you got to spend the money to put the stuff back on, not to mention there's probably going to be a good hefty fine with it. Things are a little more lenient here in Canada than where they are at certain places down the States, but honestly, the power this thing has and as good on fuel it is, it's just not worth it. I haven't had any issues with my trucks with emissions at all. In my 17, towards the end, when I went to trade it in, I was having a NOx sensor code come up intermediately. So yeah, I guess, you know, I had that issue, but I could have swapped that out and kept going. I've never had any actual DPF problems. Nothing. I just drive the trucks, put the friggin' crap into them, and they work. They do what I need them to do. But anyway, so that hopefully that answers questions. I know a lot of people have been asking about it, and a lot of people have been posting on the Facebook groups and stuff and asking about the 2020s. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking at 2020 and you've got a 17, 19, 16, whatever now, you're gonna put more DEF fluid in the thing. It is. I guarantee you that you are. I really wish that they made the tank bigger, to be honest. If they could somehow have made the tank, you know, another third bigger, or even twice as big as what it is now, that would be great. So if anyone out there knows of a DEF tank that has higher capacity than what these do, please let me know, because that's something that I would certainly look at. Well, we're out of the rain, so that's a good thing. We're heading to a job, of course, to do some mulching, but I've got the bucket on right now, so I gotta get the bucket off, get the mulcher on, and get going. And I'm gonna show you guys, I posted a video a couple weeks ago about how to properly distribute the weight on your trailer, and how, you know, things can make such a big difference. Like I talked about when I first picked the machine up and all I had was the buckets, I had the machine sitting in one spot, and then when I bought the mulcher, I had it in a completely different spot. Well, right now I've got the bucket on and the mulcher in the front, and I'll show you how much further back I have the excavator on the trailer. Okay, here we are. Yeah, I'd say she's grown in. There's no way you're walking to that. You could get to that one, but that's pretty grown in. This one's grown in. Now this is a very rocky site, so it's gonna suck, to be honest. It's gonna be rough and hard to deal with, sitting, you know, tippy, all that sort of stuff. The access road's pretty grown in, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I've got the mulcher in front right now, so obviously I need to take that off, get it on, hooked up, but I can show you. So I'll show you where I'm sitting at right now with my blade, all the way back here. Now typically I'm sitting right about here with the blade, so that's about probably 10 inches, close to a foot, but I'm further back because I've got the weight of the mulcher in front. You got 1,000 pounds versus, you know what, 150 maybe, something like that. So that's how touchy things can be. So if I would have loaded this where I would normally load it when I have the mulcher on the actual machine, I would have had a lot of tongue weight. I would have been very heavy with the machine this way and the mulcher on the front. So I took a guess, basically, because I never hauled this setup like this yet. I took a guess and it worked out perfect. So yeah, that's good to know. That's where I'll save my mark. So if I'm doing this same thing, you know, down the road, that's where I'll be at. But yeah, and you can see she's sitting nice and level. Obviously I've got 70 pounds of air in the bag, so that makes a huge difference. But okay, let's get at this. All right, all finished up, ready to head on out of here. I guess I'll show you the site. So there's the road, all cleared out. And I'll show you the guy anchors. And a bunch of people have asked me, or actually mentioned, you know, wouldn't a tracked skid steer or like a lamb track forestry mulcher be quicker? for what you're doing, and I always tell them no, because my sites are not flat. They're full of boulders and deviations in the land. So look at this, the boulders and stuff on this line. This one here was the best one, but there's still boulders laying everywhere. You can see here. And then this side was just absolutely brutal. See the boulders? And then all through there is just non-stop boulders everywhere. Like honestly, whoever built this site, whoever was the contractor that did this site, they should be a little bit ashamed of themselves for the way that they left this one guy line. Now if it's cliff, I understand there's not much you can do with it, but these are all just boulders. Like pick them up, throw them off to the side, drop your blade and level this out a bit, because it's just terrible. Like if we're trying to get in here and work, if they need to come, if they need to get in here to do anything to the anchors and stuff, it's just going to be an absolute nightmare. But anyway, we are ready to head on out of here. Whew, she's muggy and warm. Hornets like crazy here. I had to keep swatting them out of the cab. I'll clean this up a bit, and then she's time to rock and roll on home. All right, we are into a long one today. So I got home from work with the machine in this truck at around 4:30, hooked up the little equipment trailer, my father's equipment trailer, to the FJ, went back into the camp, picked up all the staging we're gonna need for the strip down and the work on the barn, picked all that up, the planks, the braces, and all that stuff. Now I've got to drop this trailer off of the 2020, hook up to my Big Tex 14-foot dump trailer, load all this stuff into that, head over to the new homestead, unload that, and then come home. Yes, so let's get at it, and then I'm making a stop along the way, and I'm sure you guys can guess where that stop is going to be. Ha! Fooled ya! It's not what you expected to see, is it? It's not a coffee. It's not what I expected either. Just felt like a nice smoothie from McDonald's and a wrap. Okay, so staging at the new site. So you know, I picked this up from back to the camp, and it's absolutely beautiful back there. The last thing I'm wanting to do was leave, and now I'm dropping it off here, and the last thing that I want to do is leave. Ah, listen. That's amazing. I love it. I love it. Yeah, so I'm going to take a little walk up to the house. Just check on it while I'm here, because we just got the power hooked up the other day. Go up there, make sure everything's alright, take a little quick walk through the house, and head on out of here, I guess, and head back to the other house. But man, oh, I want to stay here. But anyway, folks, that is it. It's another hour or so. It will be the end of a long day. It's around 8:15 right now. So about an hour from now, I'll be home, have a shower, and wait for Bauer to wake up during the night so I can go cuddle him. Anyway, that is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it started off as a DEF video, so hopefully that's informative, but then it turned into a vlog. But you know, there's quite a bit going on in around my circle right now. But anyway, until next time, take care, and we'll see you then. Bye.